First of all, how are you both doing? Because we've said we would keep in touch with you. Obviously, this huge crisis has unfurled and we haven't spoken to you a while. How are you guys doing?
Pretty rough most days, I've got to be honest. It's a very emotional time as it is, but to be in lockdown again, because we voluntarily went into lockdown really after losing Harry, we'd only sort of got our lives back to some sort of a little bit of a routine for a matter of weeks when the coronavirus hit. So we're struggling.
You know, it's really what's tough, I think, Charlotte, is that I would imagine all you really want a lot of the time is a hug from somebody you love, right? Someone who can just put their arm around you, give you a hug, give you a kiss, tell you it's all going to be okay, try and console you. We can't do that, can we, with people?
No, and you can't offload to anybody each day because you can't see them. You know, it's brilliant that we've got all of these internet connections and everything now, so you can virtually see them, but to not have those hugs and those cuddles that you really need at a time like this is, really far, far more difficult than I thought it would ever be at the beginning, I've got to be honest.
Charlotte, are you in lockdown with anybody, or are you there on your own?
I've got Bruce and Niall. Obviously, the three of us are together all day, every day. When Niall comes out of his bedroom, which isn't very often, just to eat.
Niall is Harry's twin brother.
Yeah, we saw some smiles from him yesterday, which was wonderful. But he's struggling. You know, he'd only just got back to the point prior to COVID where he was actually starting to spend an hour, maybe 2 hours a week with a friend or two. And of course, that's all been taken away as well for now. So
very honestly, our heart goes out to you as a family. It's tough enough for young people. Tough enough. Talk to my youngest boy. He's 19. He's at university. Should be having the time of his life. Studying and partying and everything else. And they're all stuck inside. And he hasn't had to go through what you've gone through as a family. He's just finding it tough anyway. So God knows what it must be like for you guys. Tim, the significance of this story that broke yesterday seemed to be very important. What's your understanding of what it actually means in relation to the woman that killed your son?
Well, because for me, it came out of the blue. I wasn't expecting it at all. And from my understanding is that she's now a wanted fugitive. If she leaves America, she can be arrested and sent back to the UK to stand trial. So it's a massive step for us as a family. It's been a real hard time, this lockdown. It's been quite... I think you have more time to think and you reflect on stuff, so it makes it harder. But this news is great news. I'm sure this is going to be helping us down the road. It's got to be a good thing.
I think you're absolutely right, Tim, that lockdown just makes everybody consider their circumstances even more. And in your situation, you must be thinking of Harry, of course. And, you were talking, Piers, about your 19-year-old son not being able to go out and do things. I mean, those are all the things
all my sons, but in your case,
they're all the things that Harry should be doing right now. Of course, 19 years old, killed in that accident on his motorbike, and the person responsible for that accident not being brought to justice. Now, as I understand it, she was charged, but she hasn't, of course, been arrested. This could mean the difference between her being brought to trial or not, but Charlotte, only then if she leaves the United States.
Yeah, absolutely, and we totally understand that, and we shouldn't have to be going through this. She should never have gone back to the US in the first place. But the one major thing, I think, for me that came out of this Red Interpol notice yesterday is that it encourages us and confirms to us that the UK authorities are finally on the same page as us, because they cannot issue a Red Interpol notice to anybody that was or is covered by diplomatic immunity. So that gives us confidence that finally, after 8 months of the 9 of losing Harry and the fighting that we have done, you know, the UK authorities are clearly on the same page as us to have taken the decision to put that red Interpol notice out. It was a very emotional afternoon yesterday. You know, we, as Tim said, you know, we didn't really expect it, certainly not to come out during this horrific pandemic that everyone's trying to get through as well. So it was very emotional, many, many tears, a slight joyous moment, I guess, similar to when the CPS put the charge of the death by dangerous driving in place on the Friday before Christmas. But the elation is always short-lived because, you know, we shouldn't have to be going through this. This should never have happened.
You know what, Charlotte? What you've had to endure as a family is an utter disgrace. The idea that this woman ploughs into your son, he dies, and she flees the country and has never been held accountable is an absolute disgrace. And we said to you many months ago, we will not give up on this story, and we won't. And it doesn't matter how long it takes, eventually we're going to get you guys a form of justice, because what is going on is an outrage. Listen, thanks. It's great to talk to you both.
Yeah.
Good luck in lockdown. It must be, I totally get, Tim, what you said, you know, this sense of when you're on your own, spending all this time on your own, you think about stuff like the loss of your son. It must be overwhelming at times.
And for you, Tim, you're separated, of course, from Niall as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while now.
It's tough, isn't it, Tim? It's tough being I haven't seen two of my sons in 10 weeks, and it's tough. You know, I used to see them all the time. It's hard for everybody. It's twice as hard for you, isn't it, because of what happened?
It is a struggle. It really is a struggle, Piers. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, Tim.
Tim,
Tim, under the new rules, you can at least go. You know, you can travel without restriction now. I hope that you can go and spend some time with him, 2 metres apart. I mean, there's social distancing you have to do. But do you think you might be able to at least see his face?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.